Today I'm going to show you how I made my Afro TikTok remix of Victor Thompson's This Year that got more than 2 million views across all platforms and a video reaction from Victor Thompson himself. Here's how it sounds.
This year, blessing, money, testimony. Follow, you they go. This year, good news, diet, plenty money. Follow, you they go.
Welcome to another video, everyone, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, well, you're in luck. There's something you can do today for the first time. Please subscribe. Thank you. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made one of my 2 viral TikTok remixes. If you haven't watched the Libyanka one, I'll leave it right up here. The Victor Thompson one is also a really simple remix with just a few elements, and it proves that music doesn't need to be that complex to be listened to and appreciated. So without further ado, let's move into the project. Here's the project, guys, once again, and as I always say, this is a really simple one, so not many layers here. Okay, if you take a look around, we have the drums right here, not complex. I actually even used some splice loops. Then we have an 808 bass, 2 or 3 instruments, and last but not least, Victor Thompson's vocals and also a few effects. Right, starting with the drums, I gotta solo them and play it for you. First part on the build up, we just have the loop coming up with the volume automation. This is how the loop sounds. 5B. A few more rims come in. I think I even sampled these ones from the original track. They go like this. It gives it a nice vibe. Then for the chorus, things get a bit more complex, just a few extra layers. Starting off with the kick, really simple kick that I actually sampled from a drum loop, all right? It even has a hi-hat layered with it. It goes like this. As you can see, I didn't use just one kick sample, right? I used the loop and cut off all the kicks, so that's why they sound different. Some of them have hi-hats, some of them don't. First drum loop right here, which is part of the kick loop, I just consolidated. That's why this part here is muted, right? It goes like this. Then 2 extra loops from splice. And look at this vibe. We can consider this cheating because I'm just getting like simple loops. I'm cutting them off, changing the vibe a bit, and it already sounds so good. And you don't always need to do this from the start, obviously. I did this for a TikTok, so I wasn't gonna spend like a week making the remix. So I did it as fast as I could, and that's why I use loops. But be careful with this because everyone can use loops, especially from Splice, and you're gonna have similar songs to other producers. So always try to change the loops a little bit, right? Then what is this? I made this a few months ago, so I'm sorry in advance if I don't remember it that good, okay? By the way, if you need help with your music projects, I give one-on-one online music classes to my students, and you can become one of them. We don't just cover music production, we cover everything from doing mashups, how to blow up on social media. We can work on your individual tracks, your albums, and so on. So hit me up at my email, I'll leave it down in the description, and hope to see you there. Okay, so just hi-hats from the first loop still. Then if you follow me on TikTok, you know that I use my signature whoop sound, all right? And it goes like this. It's just a sample that originally sounded like this. And then I pitched it down a few semitones and it goes like this, right? All the drums together, including the vocal shout, they sound like this. Really important to set an amazing groove for Afro tracks specifically. It gets the listener really vibing to it really soon in the track, and you can't really make Afro music without a lot of groove, right? Then second part of the chorus, I add an extra groove that goes like this. Okay, it has this small break right here. It stops. And I use a reverse chime back into the chorus. All together. Moving on to the bass, we got a simple 808. Originally sounds like this. Then I add some notes. Really simple. I didn't even add much groove to it, all right? But together with the drums, you still feel it. Then our little break here. I also do a little trick with the bass, as you can see here. I add the kicks with the bass and our break sounds like this. Okay, really simple. For the bass here, all I used was just a sausage fattener to add some distortion to it. So this is without, and then with. Okay, sounds a bit fatter. Then I used Fruity Balance just to do this trick right here, which was to cut off the initial part of the bass because it was clashing with the kick a lot and it was distorting in the final mastering. And then last but not least, I used Kickstart. I actually used Kickstart 1. I don't remember at which percentage, but I had to change it because I did this on an old computer. And on this one, I only have Kickstart 2 and I used it at 80% on the initial preset. Simple for the bass. Then we move on to the instruments, and the main instrument is some marimbas. They sound like this. They are composed by one layer. First layer is a ML marimba from Coda and goes like this. The second one, it's the ML marimba 2 and it goes like this. I used it higher, then both together go like this. Already having the vibe. Let me check if I have sidechain on this. Obviously I don't. I need to replace it with Kickstart once again. So Kickstart 2, let's put it like 80 as well. Everything together so far, and we got this. Right, this remix works so well because even though it's really simple, melodically, it gives you the goosebumps, right? That's why I think it blew up a bit. Then also added some pads on it just to give it some extra texture to the song. They go like this. Right, the pads are composed by this serum pad called Arctic Wind that soloed, it sounds like this. Sounds really nice. And then I also layered it with the Bells 2 preset just to make it fuller. Okay. All instruments together. Let's play with the drums and the bass. So if I take off the pad, it goes like this. And then with, much fuller. And to finish it off, I just use a piano in the intro. It sounds like this. Just to make it get a bit more sentimental and melodic. Then the bass comes in here and you get the feels. For the instruments, guys, nothing too complex. All four are here. I have a bus to send them all. All right. What I do in this bus is I just glue all the things, all the instruments together. Let me play them for you. Okay, compressor is slightly gluing everything together. For the piano, I just use a parametric EQ to give it that sort of radio cut. It basically just cuts the low end and the high end of it. So this is without. Strong piano. Then with. Sounds a bit lower, a bit more natural, and it doesn't occupy as much space in the song. Then for the pad, I used pretty much just EQing, as you can see, to remove the low end. Then a Fruity Balance, that was probably to do some automations here as well. And last but not least, our sidechain that I don't currently have on this computer. So let's replace it with Kickstart at 80 once again. Then for the bells, same thing, cut off the low end, easy. This is just so it doesn't clash with the bass. The second bells, I used Camel Crusher to add distortion again. So this is without. Then with, sounds a bit stronger, a bit more distorted. Then some EQ to cut off the low end, per usual. Fruity Balance for the automations and Kickstart for the sidechain. Simple effects, nothing too complex, just a little transitions here at the beginning of the song. Right? Just because it really makes sense. Then at the chorus. And then I have a sweep up. Goes up and goes down. And that is it. Last thing we need to check is the vocals. I got them from the original song. They sound like this. They just have some reverb to send them to the back. I bring down the dry information and bring up the reverb a little bit. It sounds like this. Makes it sound a bit more spatial. Then some EQ to cut off the low end. And for the main vocals, I just add a bit of reverb, not much, and it does the trick. I didn't add any sidechain on the main vocals because they already have sidechain from the original track. So this is how they sound.
Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life. Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your
Bass comes in. And then chorus. This is a nice part.
This year, blessing, money, testimony. But if follow, you dey go. This year, good news, diet, plenty body. But if follow.
Then a little bonus for you guys is the second chorus, which repeats the same thing as the first chorus. So right here.
Blessing, money, testimony.
But then I do a little bonus part, which is add some vocal chops. And for that, I just cut it off the vocal and it sounds like this. Okay. Then it goes down, which is 1 octave down here in the pitch. This is how this sounds. So this part right here, the groove is really important. Once again, I do that little stop. Then the outro. That is it, guys. If you want to listen to this remix, I'll also leave it right up here. We're almost hitting 100k streams on it, so feel free to give it some views and help me get to 100k. We did it on the Lubyanka one. Can we do it on this one as well? Let's see. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments if you want me to remix any other songs or show some projects I've done before from my own music. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate that bell so you know what I'm up to. Follow me on TikTok or Instagram because I release some nice videos there. And yeah, I hope to see you around. Happy producing and take care.
Blessing, money, testimony. But if follow, you dey go.